The full moon hung ominously over the little town of Griswold. The ancient clock tower struck midnight, its chimes resonating through the fog-laden streets. Eleanor Wood, a seasoned detective, felt a chill that had nothing to do with the autumn cold. She was summoned to investigate a string of bizarre disappearances. Each victim had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a single wooden puppet, eerily lifelike and bearing the unmistakable grin of a madman. The locals whispered of the Puppeteer, a sinister figure from old folklore believed to haunt Griswold. Legend had it that the Puppeteer could control people like marionettes, leading them to their doom. Eleanor, though skeptical of ghost tales, couldn't ignore the town's escalating fear or the undeniable sense of dread that had settled over every cobblestone and alleyway. Her investigation led her to a decrepit mansion at the edge of Blackwood Forest, a place shunned by the townsfolk. As she approached, the air grew colder, and an overwhelming sense of foreboding pressed against her chest. The front door creaked open as if inviting her inside. She stepped into the darkness, flashlight in hand, revealing dust-cloaked furniture and walls adorned with unsettling portraits. Each painting seemed to follow her with hollow, painted eyes. In the mansion's heart, she found a grand library, its shelves lined with books that looked centuries old. On a large oak table lay various puppets in different stages of creation, each one more grotesque than the last. And then she saw it. A life-sized marionette, suspended from the ceiling by thick, grimy strings, its grin a mirror of the ones left behind by the missing people. Before Eleanor could react, the puppet's eyes snapped open. She stumbled back, her flashlight flickering. A chilling voice echoed through the room, "Welcome, Detective Wood. I've been expecting you." The room erupted into chaos as the puppet strings moved, and the marionette danced towards her with unnatural grace. Eleanor's heart pounded as she fought to regain her composure. She grabbed the nearest thing, a heavy, dusty book, and swung it at the approaching horror. The puppet laughed, a sound that grated like nails on a chalkboard. Shadows writhed around her, and out of the corner of her eye, the painting's eyes seemed to glow. She realized with mounting terror that the mansion itself was alive, a giant puppet theater controlled by the Puppeteer. Eleanor had stepped into a web from which there was no escape. Then, with a final, desperate prayer, she lunged for the strings controlling the life-sized puppet, hoping to sever its lifeline. The moment her fingers touched the string, a jolt of electricity surged through her, and everything went black. When she awoke, Eleanor found herself unable to move, her body rigid and unyielding. In the dim light, she saw her reflection. She had become one of the puppets, her face frozen in that same sinister grin. The last thing she heard was the Puppeteer's voice, now a whisper in her ear, "Now you belong to me, forever."